get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zibskii, and today we are talking about Inteleon, which a lot of people are upset about due to the fact that they wanted Sobble to be different, and it wasn't different than they were thinking it was going to be. They thought it was going to be really cool, and people didn't like the design too much. But I'm still a fan of the design, just not as much as I was originally anticipating, like you guys. But for now, let's just get into the video. First set I have here is, I think, probably going to be just the most common set. This Inteleon is pretty much just like Greninja. You see Greninja is base 122 speed and 103 attack. This is definitely hits harder, but it's a little bit slower, and its defenses are worse. 65 instead of 67-31. So since Greninja is out of the game, it's pretty much going to be doing the same role, since they're very similar in their speed and their attack. So most Greninjas usually run Life Orb. I think this is probably going to be the most common move. You're going to want your Water Stab, because Water Stab is a lot better than people think. Scald's very, very good. Unless if you want to hit Power, then you could go Hydro Pump. Not Cannon. Make sure you don't hit that. Or if you want, you can go Snipe Shot, which has a high crit ratio. But I would not recommend going Snipe Shot until the ability Sniper is released, which your damage multiplier is times 1.5 with a high crit chance ratio, and then you can run Scope Lens, which increases the crit chance ratio by 1, which is going to be the most optimal way to do it, so you can just get off a lot of damage, especially because he has base 125. Ice Beam, very good stab always. Air Slash, this one can be changed up. I figured Air Slash because, you know, if you can't hit a grass type or a bug type for super effective, you can go for Air Slash. Or even fighting types, you know, there's a lot of fighting types that are like Fighting Steel or whatever. But Air Slash is something that you can do. Since they don't have hidden power in the game, you can't really run it. You can't run it, so I figured it was one of the best special moves you could run. Some other ones are like Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball, but you don't really have a whole lot of options. And then U-Turn. If one of these Pokemon is faster than you, speaking of, there's not a whole lot of Pokemon that are actually really fast in this meta. Greninja is not actually here, so let me look up a different Pokemon like this. If you're looking at it from right here, Inteleon's right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Pokemon in the entire region that are faster than it normally. Ninjask is slow. Zogor is weak unless it's set up. Zogor is special. This one you might have some trouble with. Dragapult is very strong. It's Dragon. Barraskewda is water type. Jolteon and Boltund are probably the biggest two that you run into an actual issue with. Robbie, you have moves to that. You have Air Slash, Noivern, Ice Beam. Barraskewda, you don't really have anything to hit super effective, so you can do the Air Slash for that, or like Shadow Ball or whatever. That would also help with Dragapult. But Weavile, Dark Ice, he's just gonna hit you strong, but he's not gonna hit you for anything super effective. If he's base 120 attack versus base 125, you were going to be able to hit a little bit stronger, especially because his defenses are actually stronger than you. Wow. Never mind. Let's skip on to the next one. This is a physical set that I found out. Just spitballing kind of here. Assault Vest, This item is just filler. I didn't really know what item you could actually or want to run for it. But let's say if you wanted to run a berry, then you could run acrobatics on here. But I figured this set, since it's just all physical moves, you can do that. Liquidation. Oh, I did not mean to have that twice on here. Oops. Liquidation is the strongest water type move, unless if you want to go for Waterfall, it's a little bit slower, but at the same time, you're gonna outspeed a lot of things. You can go for Liquidation. It's 5 points stronger and has a 20% chance to lower their defense, and Waterfall is 20% chance to lower their to flinch them. You're probably going to want an ice move here, such as Icicle Spear or Ice Shard. Probably Icicle Spear. Fell Stinger is just due to the fact that if you hit somebody with it, you can get your attack raised by 3 stages. Therefore, you don't necessarily have to have the U-turn. If you have a berry, you can have the acrobatics or whatever. But he didn't get the most access to physical moves. But he also gets moves like Light Screen, Reflect, Substitute Haze. So if you're wanting to run a substitute set, let's say you can run Substitute Swords Dance, which he also gets. And then you can run Liquidation and an Ice Shard or something. And this is just like a funny meme set I thought of. Swords Dance Agility. You get +2/+2, and then you just kind of go from there. But it's just, using him is actually going to feel a little bit weird, just due to the fact that, like, you see the moves in their standard. They're going to hit hard, but at the same time, he only gets like 4 or 5 different types or moves, and since Hidden Power is actually taken out of the game, it affects a whole lot of Pokemon. Pokemon like this, Pokemon like Jolteon, things like that are going to be affected at the most. And that's about it. You're probably just going to want to stick with a Life Orb set or maybe a Spec set. Scarf would be killing it. Like, it's just unnecessary for the Pokemon since it's so fast and only 10 Pokemon are actually faster than him. He barely outspeeds Cinderace and Hawlucha and everything below, which is about, 389 Pokemon, I guess. So you don't really have to worry. Everything up to like Rotoms, you're gonna have to worry about the Scarf maybe. But most of the Pokemon don't run Scarf usually. But anyways, thanks guys for watching today's video. I know today's video is a little bit over the place, but I hope you guys can forgive me for that. Inteleon is definitely a Pokemon I think will maybe take more of the meta by surprise. I did forget to mention the fact that it does get Sucker Punch to level up, which is very good for it too. But yeah, thanks guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Let's get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight. Let's get lost tonight.